Hey guys, welcome back to Horton's Flower Farm. So we're on the farm today. It's a beautiful weekend. If you don't know, I'm in New York, and the last week has been really tough weather for us. In Quebec and Canada, there's a lot of wildfires, and we had really poor air quality, so we couldn't leave the house like for the last 4 days. So finally, the skies have cleared. The skies were orange 2 days ago. It was so bad. So we're happy to be outside and have better weather, and we're hoping that our neighbors in Canada, the fires will clear out and things will get much better there. All right guys, so let me tell you what's happening on the farm today. Tomorrow we're getting all the materials to build the pergola. So what we're doing today is we're leveling out the land. Some of the land where the pergola is lower and higher, so I wanted it to all be level out, so when we put the posts in tomorrow, everything will be the right height and nothing will be the wrong height from when we put in the post. So that's what's happening back there. My husband's leveling it out. Basically, we had extra compost left over. Where's my compost? Over there from when we did the rows, when we put compost. We have a lot left. So we're using that to level it out. And yeah, that's what's on our task for tomorrow. We rented a truck, all the wood we're getting, and we are doing it ourselves, guys. So I'll be videoing that next week, is the build of the pergola. So we're doing a 10 by 10 pergola. It's gonna be awesome. I've researched it. I even saw a video on YouTube of somebody who put it together all by himself with one person. So I showed it to my husband. I inspired him and said, listen, this guy did it with one person. We can do this together. So we're hoping that we also have help, another person helping us next week. But if we don't, we are gonna do it ourselves, and you're gonna watch us either succeed or fail miserably at that. Hopefully not the second one. All right, so if you guys are wondering how the flowers are doing on the farm, I'm happy to tell you that they're doing great, and I'll be showing you around the growth, and there's some cool stuff happening, so that I'm gonna show you. But let's go back to the cottage garden and check out how the leveling of the land is doing. All right guys, so here we are. I think it's looking good. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit how we did this. So basically how we did this is, I saw this also on YouTube. To level out land, you want to put down strings in the corners and it crosses through the middle. We picked the highest point of where the land was, and then we strung it to the corners to see where, I should have showed you before what it looked like. But basically what happened here was, before this was up to here, there was like a half an inch between here. It was like this. So my husband just poured the dirt on, and now it feels really good actually. It was so bumpy, I was worried about the people tripping also. So that'll take care of that. So this is our area here. It's gonna be a 12 by 12. So I'm excited. You can see everything's looking good. So if you're wondering about the dirt, we're gonna be throwing down seed, and the farm opens in a month. So the seed actually should produce new grass for us by the time the farm opens. So that will be okay. All right guys, so I want to show you a couple cool things happening that are sprouting on the farm. So what row am I in? I just want to show you the gladiolus. Let me get down here. Can you see them? The nice little ones popping through. So they're looking good. And again, I said that I spaced these too far apart. You can space the gladiolus like tulips. So next time I'll be doing that, but I was joking around that it saved me work because I would have had to plant in more things in there, and I was tired and didn't want to. All right, so this is zinnias. Those are the Oklahoma varieties. If you heard my last video, this row over here, this whole row was supposed to be zinnias that were directly seeded, and the germination rate on that was like awful. It was like 10%. And then same thing over here on this second half of the row was directly seeded. It was a smaller variety, and same thing, germination was like 10%. So it's going to be a true succession planting. I planted 400 zinnia seedlings, which popped this week at my house. So they'll be going in the ground probably still, they got, I'd say probably 2-3 more weeks. So this succession planting probably won't bloom until almost September, which, you know what, that's okay, because I had problems with my zinnias last year and they died out mid-September. So if that's the way that this year goes, it's actually really good. I'll have a lot of zinnias through October. So you know what, not too bad. Okay, so that's the zinnias. Over here, the gomphrenias are looking pretty good. The leaves on them still look like they're recovering. and that's okay. I think that happened to them last year. The status, hold on, we're not at status yet. We are at marigolds, and my marigolds, I gotta say, my marigolds are always my strong winners. Here, look at them. They're looking awesome. They are looking strong. Marigolds are awesome, plant marigolds. And that was my first planting. This was my succession planting here. And you could see that they're smaller, which is what I wanted. I wanted a true succession of the marigolds. If we come over here, this is the ageratum in the second half of the row, and it's looking nice. The ageratum's looking good. I gotta pull some of these weeds here. That's what I gotta keep up with. So let's go this way. I'm gonna jump rows. Okay, what do I have here? Oh, you know what I have here? I have directly seeded basil. So this was lemon basil and cinnamon basil. So I'm gonna show you how it's popped through. That is the basil. So I didn't count yet to see the germination rate on this. I'm looking, and some of the holes I don't see germination, but if not, I brought more seeds with me this week to plant them in. Let me show you my Rudbeckia from last year that perennialized, and they are about to pop. So let me show you. Look at this. That is ready to go, and we got some, I don't know, maybe aphids there on that. Time to spray. But let me show you back here. Look at that. Look at how beautiful they are. This one is ready. Look at that. So that is from last year. Look at this one. I mean, it's gorgeous. So in between those, you'll see ones that I had to plant in where a couple of them didn't perennialize, and that's, whoops, and that's okay. So there'll be, like, you know, more mature ones, less mature ones. Last year I got a horrible white powder mildew. So I'm hoping that if I spray, I don't get that. I don't know why I'm out of breath. Okay, so if you look here, you can see the perennialized ones on this side, and you can see the ones that I grew from seed over here and ordered from plugs. So there'll be like different ranges here, which is good. You want some that are more mature, some that are less mature. That's good. Okay, let's go down to the celosia. Maybe I should quit, stop talking for a second. Okay, breathe. Okay, so the celosia, a couple of these I grew from seed, and a couple of them, look at how nice they are, grown from seed. Okay, and the other ones I ordered from Bailey's, and they're looking good, because you can see, if you come over here, if you look, they have a lot of color. Oh wow, look at them. You can see, look at them. Now, I'm not going to pinch this variety, because I read this variety is not supposed to be pinched. This is the one that's shaped more like a brain. The plumes, I think you can pinch them, but this variety I read no. So I'm just going to leave them, because that's what I had read. So let me know if you guys pinch that variety. Over here, I have some yarrow from last year, and this row is, what is this row? Viburnum. This is Viburnum. It's looking nice and healthy. Okay, so Viburnum, and I just want to show you my zinnias that had the black spot on them. They are looking really good, and they're looking so good. Darn, I should have not pinched it off. A couple of these are so tiny, but yet they had buds on them. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So let me see if I could find one. I pinched them off. Oh, here we go. I'm going to show you. Very tiny, but has bud. If you see there, can you see it? The bud's right there. I mean, that's really awesome that they're budding up already. So I'm really happy about that. So yeah, and as you can see, there's no black spot on this. So they did a really good job, and I actually haven't sprayed yet. I am gonna spray tomorrow. I do see some black spots still a little bit, but not nearly as bad as when I was freaking out. You see me? Freaking out and planting them in. So that's a little update on the rows, so you can see they're looking good, and I'm excited about that. All right, guys, so we marked the corners. It took a little bit. It was a lot of moving to make sure that it was in line, and some of the confusion was that the bed that we have over here, we were off when we put the bed in by like 2 inches. So the pergola is gonna be, it's gonna look, I mean, it's gonna look fine. It's just, I know that it's off by 2 inches. But okay, so we laid you can't see them, but we laid the spots for them. So when we pick up the posts in the morning, We're gonna dig the holes with the auger. We're renting a one-person auger to do it. And then we're gonna put the beams in, cement them in, and then our plan actually is not to do the build of the pergola until next weekend, because it's gonna be, we want the cement to set in before we put the structure in place. So that's the plan for tomorrow. We're all set up. Looks like it's gonna be a nice day. So I will set the camera up and we'll show you how the beams go. Hopefully it's easy. But we did do the beams on the sunshade we have there, except the sunshade, it didn't matter if they were perfectly level, and this totally matters if they're perfectly level. So it should be interesting. We'll see you in the morning. All right guys, so it's early in the morning and we made it to Home Depot. That's not my husband, but we are getting an auger. Oh, that is the auger we're getting. Where is he? So that's the auger we rented, and that's a box truck. We have all the materials inside of it, so we're bringing it back to the farm. So it worked out, and hopefully it'll be good today. So let's get to the farm. Let's get drilling those holes for the posts. Here we go. All right guys, so we're here and we're unloading the truck, and I'm trying not to trip on the little stakes we have of where the posts are gonna go. So here we are. Once we get the posts, we're gonna put them, get the auger going, drill the holes, and hopefully get the posts in the ground. And then over there, where are we? I don't even know. Okay, so our sunshade over there snapped last season and it's missing a post, so we also have to add a post to that. So we're gonna be digging a hole for that too. All right, so let me help him get the stuff off the truck. Yeah.
That's gotta be deep enough.
All right, we're gonna measure that hole next. All right guys, so the posts are in, but not all the way in. They're in, but we have to make sure they're level. So that's what we're doing next. But what I want to show you was, while my husband's returning the auger, I bought some annual plants to put in these beds. So I just want to show you what I purchased. There's lantana here, and I bought multiple varieties. This one is a dahlia that's pretty in yellow. Look at these. Aren't these pretty? And you'll see over here, I'll tell you what this variety is. This is so pretty. Look at this. Double pink. It grows 8 to 12 inches tall. So it's something for a little bit of ground cover. This is euphorbia over here. That'll grow a little bit tall. And then more lantanas over there. So I'm gonna be spreading them out in the spots where I did leave room, like here. And look, I'm gonna put some euphorbia back here. Just make a little whimsical look. That ground cover plant that looks like really pretty rose, I left open spot in the front. So just little spots I left, you'll see. I'm gonna plant them in and I'll show you what they look like when they're done. All right guys, so I'm gonna be planting in some of the annuals. If you look around, I'm halfway done. I planted in all of that side. And now I'm gonna finish this side. And we still got the post to cement in. So there's a lot of work on the farm this weekend. All right, so let me plant them in. So this one was the dahlia. It's called Mystic Illusion. It's a beautiful yellow. None of them are in bloom yet, but it's absolutely gorgeous. It has the dark foliage on it, so it's really, really pretty. And this next one is the Lantana Shamrock Red. Look at how pretty that is. I'm gonna put it right here. I tried to kind of match it to what was around, so I have celosia in the same kind of tones, so I thought it would be pretty, something like that. And then this is called the Cleome. It's a sparkler rose. Isn't that pretty? And this one grows 36 inches tall. So the plan is this one's going to grow nice and tall. It won't, you know, the celosia will grow nice and tall, so they'll be about the same height. If you want to know how tall this one grows only 12 inches tall. So what I did was I placed it where the snapdragons are, so I figured the snapdragons won't be so overpowering to this. Yeah?
Yep.
All right, guys, so I just want to show you this. This is absolutely beautiful. If you don't know what this is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but if you see what it says right there, I'll try to. Calabraccia, mini famous Uno double light pink. So it grows 8 to 12 inches tall, and it thrives in part sun to full sun in fertile soil. So I left a section here where I could put a little bit of ground cover, something that wasn't tall. So I thought this would be the most perfect cottage. I mean, isn't a screen cottage garden, you guys? So I'm excited to put this in. I actually going to put a couple of these at my house because they are so pretty. This would probably be good if you were going to do planters. This is awesome too. And then again, I have more of these sparkler plants behind it, just kind of matching tones. I have a blush and a lavender, so I'm going to put those in too. And those will grow nice and tall, 36 inches behind it. So a nice middle plant for a nice height. All right, guys, so I just finished putting in all the beds, everything that I bought, so I want to show you around. I tried to mix it up. I want all the beds to be different. I don't want it to be all monotone, the same things. So this is, actually, I'm at the back, so I'm going to start towards the back. So this is the first one here, okay? And across the way over here,
Mom, this is how
we have that one, the euphorbia and the dahlia I put there. All right, guys, so the next one I put in right there, that's the low one over there. Then I put in the sparklers, whoops, back over there. And then nasturtium's gonna climb up this trellis. Then if we pan over here, I put some euphorbia right there. And I put a lantana over there. And the same thing, nasturtium's gonna climb. In this bed, I added euphorbia and a lantana. If you see, I have some gladiolas popping up right over there. And I put two sparklers over here by the snapdragons and celosia, so that'll be pretty. Now if I pan here, this is where the front arches are. I put a little sparkler plant, lantana, the dahlia, and I have two other dahlias there, so that'll be pretty. And then over here, this is the vine that's gonna vine up, the dahlia, the euphorbia, a sparkler, and over there some more lantana, sparkler, and then the front little more like cover here. Okay, so let me just pan this way and show you kind of what it looks like. I mean, it's still messy because we got a lot of stuff there, but this is what it looks like, right? So you'll go through the arches. There'll be the clematis, the hyacinth bean on both arches, and our pergola will be up there. And yeah, I'm excited. And then there's a couple plants back there from my house, but this is it. I'm going to show you everything when it's, you know, the pergola's up hopefully next week, but this is what it looks like for now. All right, the kids are helping me make the cement harden. They're putting the water on the poles and they're in, and everything is looking good and level. So hopefully next week it's an easy build. Ha 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 ha.
Yay!
All right, guys. All right, guys, so that's it for this week on the farm. Hey, Holly.
Hi.
There was a lot to do. It was a busy weekend. We got a lot done. The one thing I didn't get done yet was I wanted to succession plant a half a row of sunflowers. So I'm probably gonna have either my helper do that for me this week, or we're gonna try and get back here one day this week. But this little one over here is graduating 4th grade, and she's got a 4th grade dance. So she's taken up this week on that day. I'm working with my photography 2 days. So it's kind of busy this week, so I don't know. We will be here next weekend. So if my sun showers, I wish there was a sun shower. If my sunflowers don't get planted in this week, we will be here next weekend doing the pergola. So maybe at some point, I definitely need to get that succession of sunflowers in. All right, guys, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.